Childhood neighbors Joseph and Marcy reconnected 2 years ago on a social networking site. After a 9-month love affair, they made it official and tied the knot. But now these former childhood friends have gone from lovers to enemies.
The house is straight. It might not be dinner cooked right then and there, but I mean, cause he varies, he changes. I'll cook, he'll think I'm poisoning him. I'm not finna waste no food on some craziness like that. I'm not finna go there.
Poisoning
so
you?
either you want to eat, I'll try and do it.
times in 1 year.
You've been to the hospital 32 times in 1 year with stomach ailments?
Accusations fly as Joseph and Marcy ask, can this marriage be saved? Today on Divorce Court.
All rise. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Lynn Toller presiding. You may be seated.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Joseph Razor and Marcy Lovett. The two of you have been married for almost a year. Yeah. So we're in trouble early here.
Oh, Lord.
And you do not want to be married anymore. We have some significant financial matters that you two want to resolve. But before we get to that, I'm going to start with Ms. Lovett and ask you to tell me a little bit about your relationship and why we're here in divorce court after only a year.
Trust is the #1 issue with us. He disclaims that I talk to people, doing stuff with other people, and I never leave the house. I don't go to clubs. I don't do any of it. And it's like every day, it's like a constant badger. You're dealing with somebody, you're dealing with your kid's father, you're doing this, you're doing that. I'm like, dude, I haven't talked to him in like 9 years. There's no conversation. My daughter's old enough to deal with the situation by herself. Right. I don't need to be involved in it. And I try to tell him and make him know that, or he's there with the situation so he could see, but it's like never enough. He's never satisfied.
Mr. Razor, do you think she's running around on you?
Yeah.
Why?
She doesn't sleep with me. She's never in the bed at night.
I sleep in the bed with you all the time. I just don't sleep when you go to sleep at 6 o'clock. I mean, it's night.
Okay. Is there a lack of intimacy or just you having, bedtime issues?
Both.
Give me some examples of some things that she's done or times where she's been missing that lead you to believe she might be cheating on you.
One time I was sitting at the window upstairs and I'm like looking out the window and I hear the door close downstairs. It's like 1 in the morning and I see somebody run across the grass and I said, what the heck? So I go downstairs like, it was just, she said it was nobody.
I was downstairs laid out on the floor.
What were you laying on the floor
Because
for?
I wanted him to be able to sleep, so I got downstairs to watch TV. I didn't want to interrupt him. I was giving him the opportunity to rest because that's what we bicker on all the time. So I was downstairs watching TV. I hear him jump up. I hear the remote fall off the bed, running down. Who's been in here? Who's it? I'm like, what are you talking? Bust out the door, screen door locked and everything. So I jump all the way back down within 2 seconds. If
Mr.
I'm out,
Razor, why don't you tell me what it is in her behavior that causes you not to trust her?
Okay, like the intimacy, it shouldn't be a problem, huh?
Not all the time. Every day when you leave.
Are we talking about frequency?
When you leave, when you come back, you want to check some stuff. That's what he doing. That's exactly what I feel because you don't trust me, so I feel that's exactly what you're doing.
I've been in multiple type of businesses, dealing with women for years.
Right.
Never had that problem. So why all of a sudden now?
I don't know. You got to tell me.
We having a problem when I made a commitment and being loyal to my marriage. There's no way I should even have any thoughts.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But hang on, Mr. Razor. You got to tell me where the thoughts are coming from. You got to show me what behaviors she's engaged in to make you insecure.
Head games.
Head game. Explain a head game that she threw on you.
If you're not sleeping in the bed, when I come get in the bed, you get out the bed. I mean, when I go to sleep, you should be going to sleep too, I would think.
At 6 o'clock.
So why is that a sign that she's cheating on you? I don't get it.
Because I don't touch and hug and kiss and caress.
Now that's
the problem.
That's a problem. You're not demonstrative?
I wasn't raised to be lovey, touchy-feelies. I'm not touchy-feely with my kids. I show them that I love them. You got a roof, the bills is paid, you got
but I'm not a
clothes,
roommate.
shoes, you go to school. I'm doing that. I never was brought up like that, what he wants. But I don't have a problem trying to do it because I didn't wait to get married this long for it to go like this.
Right, yeah. So understanding that you weren't raised in a demonstrative family, you do understand that you need to change what you do because people do need to see the love.
Yeah, but how can I show you some
kitties too?
How can you show me some?
Hug the kitties.
Yeah, let her know.
Hug the kitties.
Yeah, but you hug the kids. You saying agreeing with her. You don't even want them in the house. What are you talking about?
Man, only the 14-year-old.
But I came with 3
no
though.
grown kids.
Okay.
No grown kids should be not at
You can't do that. You can't marry someone with half-grown kids and say I don't want half-grown kids.
No.
She
the
can't
thing
leave them on the corner.
is I don't want to see you. Okay, I have my own business, Judge. Okay, and I'm paying other people to work with me, but you sitting up at home sleeping all day, and I got to come home and look at you sleeping all day after I got to go figure out how to pay the bills.
Later on Divorce Court, should Marcy jump at the chance to go to work with Joseph all day?
You say he wants you to ride around with him in the car
In
all
the
day.
truck so he could keep an eye on me. It's a trust issue. When you first came into this, I wasn't in that truck like that.
Divorce isn't easy. Call toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or visit our website at divorcecourt.com or become a fan at facebook.com/divorcecourt.
Divorce Court is back with the case of Joseph Razor, who is convinced his wife Marcy is poisoning him. But Judge Lynn has a diagnosis of her own.
I'm just thinking maybe you ought to take the examination from here.
Right.
Move it up. You're at home. You're a stay-at-home mom. When he gets home, does he have a nice home to come home that's
when
clean
he gets
and
home,
straight
he home
with
all
food?
day. What are you talking about? The house
it
is
clean?
straight.
Has he
the
got
house is
food?
straight. It might not be dinner cooked right then and there, but I mean, because he varies, he changes. I'll cook, he think I'm poisoning him. I'm not finna waste no food on some craziness like that. I'm not finna go there.
Do you think she's poisoning
so
you?
either you want to eat, I'll try and do it.
32 times in 1 year.
You've been to the hospital 32 times in 1 year
32
with
And
stomach
tell him why.
ailments?
But tell him why.
Heart,
the stress
chest,
test, gastric,
stomach.
Have they found any problems?
gastric.
Well, you know, I had been shot in the head before, and I know I was going through things behind that, but all the other different situations, it's just not
It's
adding up.
kind of deep. 1
Yeah.
year, 32 times going to the hospital. Have you had, other than being shot in the head, which is just huge, but health problems before this year? I mean, do your health problems coincide with your marriage?
I've had health problems, like I said, due to like nerve damage and things from me being shot in the head. But as far as like, not 32 times, I mean like
But
a year.
were you ever diagnosed with anything? Did they say, look, you know, you got arsenic in your system? What leads you to believe that it's a poisoning situation?
The way I feel, the way, you know, my body is
the same food I'm eating, and my 3 kids.
I'm just thinking maybe you ought to take the examination from here.
Right.
Move it up. See what's happening here.
Right.
But you don't really think she's poisoning you, do you?
Yeah.
I'm so confused. I don't know what to
I'm
say.
confused.
Tell me about the wedding rings, Ms. Lovett. Tell me about the wedding rings.
The wedding ring, Sunday, we went out. We were hanging out. We went to Oceanside to pick up our mail. On the way back, he wanted to get a room. I'm like, it's Sunday night. My daughter got to go to school. It's not happening. You know, oh yeah, we going to get a room. I'm like, I'm not going to get nothing. So I was driving, so I kind of pulled over. I'm like, we just left the house. If you really wanted to do that, you should have said something before I left so I could get her situated. You just popping it on me. I'm from being a single parent. I just don't move like that. Give me fair warning. Let me get the house situated so I can move and be comfortable while I'm moving.
You know, I'm gonna say this.
What?
My husband used to say to me, hey, let's do this. But there are things that have to be done in order
Judge,
to do this.
I want to tell you something. The day when I took the ring, and the reason that it happened the way that it happened, because, you know, I'm kind of active in my church and things like that as well. And all I asked her, I said, okay, since you don't go to church all like that, you only been to church with me twice.
And he knew it before
so
we got married.
So you only been to church with me twice in 2 years.
I put it on the table.
But what I'm saying is, no, not all like that.
I did.
But go ahead.
But at least go to church on first Sunday for communion.
And we just agreed upon that on
at the least. So
this Sunday that we didn't make it
so
to church.
when the ring got took, that was first Sunday.
That we were supposed to go to church and didn't have no clothes out the cleaners, and he never came back home.
To me, you're explaining to me what happened. Let me start with her and let you fill in, because your story is a little circuitous. I mean, I appreciate what you're saying, but I don't understand.
When divorce court continues, how far does Joseph go to keep a watchful eye on Marcy?
Did you put cameras in the apartment?
Yeah, I went and got me another place and put me some cameras and everything and just set it up.
And did everything
that's normal,
you
do. Do you think Joseph's gunshot wound to the head has created his insecurities? Call 1-800-282-1991 to vote now and see if America agrees with your opinion. You'll also receive some valuable offers.
If you would like your case heard on Divorce Court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com and follow us on Twitter @DivorceCourt. Divorce Court returns with the case of Marcy Lovett, who says her husband Joseph is convinced she's having multiple affairs. But will Joseph clearly articulate his fears to Judge Lynn?
At least go to church on first Sunday for communion.
You know, I appreciate what you're saying, but I don't understand. How long did you two date before you got married?
9 months. Not knowing anything, we both jumped in. I mean, we jumped into it, basically.
Well, tell me about, you say he wants you to ride around with him in the car
in the truck so he could keep an eye on me. It's a trust issue. I could be at home. I don't do anything. I don't go anywhere. I don't care. I shouldn't have to be in that truck. When you first came into this, I wasn't in that truck like that. He was going to work. And I was at home. It wasn't no problem. All of a sudden, everything changed when he say, I got these feelings for you. I don't know why I'm acting like this. I'm like, okay, if you never had these feelings before and you're acting like this, let's figure out what's going on.
Right.
You know, let's figure out what's going on. Why do you have this? And every time I come back, why do you not trust me? You'll blank out for 3 hours and no conversation, no nothing. You can't never tell me what I've done to not trust you other than I have a foul mouth, which I understand. I do need to change that. I'm not saying it's right, but you doing so much different stuff to me that, I'm battling for my livelihood here.
I got you. Here's what I'm thinking, Mr. Razor. I think you married this stunningly beautiful woman.
Yeah.
And you're scared to death. You love her so deeply that the very idea that she might not stay with you just frightens the living daylights out of you. And you're driving, you're flying on fear and not fact.
Lord.
Because it doesn't seem, from her poisoning you to men coming in the house and she's not in the bed, it's real odd on a whole bunch of different levels.
Judge, I think that I'm accustomed to a productive woman in my life. Okay, that's one thing. But I know that she was, when I met her, she was going to school.
In school and everything.
She was going to school, she was kind of staying focused. As far as going to work with me, okay, she said we've been together 2 years. She's been to work with me maybe 4 or 5 times.
4 or 5
in my truck.
Did you put cameras in the apartment?
Yeah, I went and got me another place and put me some cameras and everything and just set it up.
And did everything
that's normal.
And what are the cameras? Who are you
No,
looking to
for my
film?
work truck, my place, you know, just having,
Your
I'm in a
bedroom,
business.
the living room,
No, I'm in a scrap
the
metal
front
business.
door.
I'm in a scrap metal business. You deal with a lot of cash.
Your truck is I can understand the truck. I could go with the
You're in
truck
the-
because
I'm
he
in the
had
cash
issues with the
business.
truck. But the
You know,
bedroom,
people, this is so deep.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't, you know, usually I have some light in the tunnel, some way to go, some way to, something that, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I really don't.
And
then
what I will
the
say
funny
this
part
though,
about it-
no, what I will say is this though, Mr. Razor,
Yeah.
your issues are deep.
Yeah.
When divorce court continues, has Marcy driven Joseph from their marital bed?
No, you woke me up. Like you always do. That's the whole purpose and
But
reason
what did she wake you
that
up-
for the past 2 months I've
said
been
I'll
in
be kicking
hotel
them.
rooms, sleeping in hotel rooms.
Do you think Joseph's gunshot wound to the head has created his insecurities? Call 1-800-282-1991 to vote now and see if America agrees with your opinion. You'll also receive some valuable offers.
Divorce court returns with the case of Joseph Razor and Marcy Lovett, who after less than 1 year of wedlock are asking if their marriage can be saved.
Was the final straw for you when you had this confrontation
on
on the
Sunday, and
freeway?
he told me he wanted his ring back and he don't want to be married anymore.
And then what happened? Who got out of the car? What happened?
We got to the house on the freeway. That's the ring right there. On the freeway, we pulled over on the side of the freeway. We got into it. We got home. We argued a little bit, but we got into bed and went to sleep. That's when at 4 o'clock in the morning he wanted something. Dude, you took my ring. You said you don't want to be married to me no more, but you want something.
You wanted to have sex.
It ain't happening.
So
I went downstairs.
first of
It's
all,
not right. It's not fair.
What is your version of that event?
Right. That doesn't even sound right. So you're gonna tell me, oh, I just popped, oh, I just want to have sex. No, you woke me up. Like you always do. That's the whole purpose and reason
what did she wake you
that
up?
for the past 2 months
He
I've
said
been
I'd
in
be kicking
hotel
them.
rooms, sleeping in hotel rooms.
Wait a minute. Why did she wake you up? How did she wake
He
you
said
up?
I'll be kicking him, Judge.
Oh, she be
I kick him and
budging
wake
me,
him
doing
up.
all kind of
When
little
I get
stuff.
up to go to the
Sometimes I'll
bathroom.
just
Do you
sit in the
think
bed and
do-
act like I'm asleep when I'm
On
trying
my
to stay
side
up
of
and
the
hang
bed.
out and see what she's doing.
And what is she doing?
Huh?
What is she
No,
doing?
she
Going to the bathroom.
Is this
bumping me.
purposeful?
Huh?
Do you think she's nudging you on purpose?
Yeah.
He does.
Okay.
Yeah.
You see what's happening here,
I
right?
see.
Do you?
I see.
I think you're a nice guy, Mr. Razor. I think something's going wrong
Right,
for you.
yeah.
I think, there's some hiccups in your reasoning. I don't think you helped Miss Lovett. He's got some other things going on.
Yeah, but I want a divorce.
Which you should get. Absolutely. Because, whoo, this is scary. Mr. Razor, you're seeking $3,600 for 2 years of a cell phone bill at $150 per month. Explain that to me.
Well, basically, I guess, I've been paying the cell phone bills, I paid the little bills at the house. And,
Right.
And, I'm just like, man, something.
And you have a countersuit, Ms. Lovett. Why don't you explain that to me?
My ring.
Your $12,000 ring. He took it off your
He took
hand.
it off my ring. Said he.
And did not give it back?
He don't know.
Do you have it?
Yes.
Do you have it here?
Yes.
Give it to me.
Oh, Lord. Yeah,
Is this the ring
Castellano.
that you gave her to get engaged with?
No, that's my marriage ring.
Your wedding ring? Did she marry you?
Yeah.
Give her a ring. I wish I could tell you something that would help you, but I think your problems are so deep, you really need a professional to get in there and dig around, see what's happening.
Yeah.
I know you love him, but you got kids, and you got to be careful. And he needs to get help, and then if he gets himself together, what you need to do is you need to come to the table fully prepared on all levels.
Right.
And if you're dealing with somebody who's dealing with something else, you can't be off the chain as well. She got her ring back. The $3,600 you can't get back. It's just, it was part of the bills that you were paying. I think you should get divorced. I think you should stay apart. I think you should get your stuff together and then maybe get back together, but not until then. The ring is awarded to Ms. Lovett. There is no recovery for Mr. Razor. It is so ordered.
Thank you, Judge.
All rise. Parties may leave the courtroom.
Man, I don't understand that. Well, you got
She
your
said
ring.
you was crazy. I told you.
I was gonna give it to you anyway. I mean, it didn't matter.
That's all right.
You know,
I still love you regardless.
slide you the ring and make sure you have that,
Thank you.
and hopefully, you know, we
Call the
can make
cell
it happen.
phone.
Yeah.